transactions are both oral and written, because you make the offer orally and you make the negotiations orally as well, and you make the agreement orally, and then you compound all the terms that you've agreed upon into writing. Yeah, so a contract can be both written and oral. Yes. And I want you to take note that okay, I know that in your acts you always find words like shall and may. Where the act uses the word shall, the word shall means that it is a must, and the word may means that it is option. It is option. Yes. So in the Contract Act of Uganda, yeah, in the Contract Act of Uganda, which has very many case law, the Contract Act of Uganda states that a contract whose consideration, whose value, the value of the subject matter, where the value of the subject matter exceeds 25 currency points, that contract shall be in writing. That means that any contract whose value exceeds 25 currency points, it is 50,000 Ugandan shillings. Yes. Yeah. So 25 currency points, in case you enter into any contract whose value, basing on Ugandan laws, which are of course common laws, yes, whose value exceeds 25 currency points, that contract must be in writing. Henceforth, if it is not in writing, your contract shall be null and void, because the act in Uganda uses the word shall, meaning that it is mandatory for the contract to be in writing. I'll give you an example. Can you really buy land minus a land sales agreement? If you ever buy land minus a land sales agreement, and for example, the consideration, the payment, the payment of the land exceeds 25 currency points. For example, you buy land at $100, then that shall imply that you didn't enter into any contract. The contract shall be null and void. It didn't exist. Yes. So we as advocates, we should ensure that we advise our clients to always ensure that they document any contract term, any contract condition. Yeah, they put their contract into writing. Yes. And of course, it is in this course unit that we are referring to the oil sector, how lawyers should negotiate for their clients, how lawyers should make the contracts. Yes, how should we make such contracts? You as a lawyer, how will you negotiate on behalf of your client before entering into a land sales agreement or a land transaction? Yes. And what amounts to what? Yes. So scroll on the next page. When you scroll on the next page, kindly read that case of printing and numerical. I was trying to expound more. Yeah, when you scroll down, you will see that from the above definitions that define a contract, it is very clear that a contract consists of two elements. Leave alone the six major elements. A contract consists of two elements. The first element is an agreement. There can never be a contract minus an agreement. And secondly, a contract should be enforceable by law. What do we mean a contract enforceable by law? Where the six elements, the major six elements all exist, and then where that contract is legally recognized by the law. For example, can you sell cocaine and for example, if you're selling cocaine in countries whereby selling of cocaine is an illegality, if you sell that cocaine, you can never enforce that contract. If the person, for example, you sold the cocaine to, refuses to pay you, you can never enforce that contract because it is illegal. Henceforth, it is unenforceable by law. Yeah, so there has to be an agreement on the first part, and then secondly, the agreement must be enforceable by law. Yes, let's briefly look at what is an agreement. Yes, what is an agreement? Look at section 5 of the Contracts Act. It defines an agreement. Yeah, refer to section 5, please. Yes, it defines an agreement, and when you read through that section, it implies that an agreement can only come into existence when one party makes a proposal.